Small businesses are expected to take a hit after the emergence of the Omicron COVID variant. This blow made even worse when the government announced the reopening of the nation's international borders to international students and skilled migrants would be delayed by up to 2 weeks. Joining me live now is the CEO of Small Business Organisations Australia, Alexi Boyd. Alexi, appreciate your time this morning. So what was your first reaction to this news that the pause button has been hit for 2 weeks when it comes to skilled migrants and international students?
Well, it's pretty devastating for small business, to be honest, Pete. The situation is dire. We have severe worker shortages across all industries. Our members are telling us that supply chain issues are also hitting them hard. And so hearing that there's a pause for these international workers is going to affect many small businesses out there across many different communities. Whilst we understand it's important that we wait and see, we have to listen to the health experts when it comes to how virulent this strain is or how devastating it can be in terms of health. This is going to be devastating for small business.
Is there a feeling of frustration as well, Alexi, that Australia's vaccination level is so high? At this stage, it seems as though the variant is mild or milder than Delta, and only double vaccinated people are allowed into Australia. With all of that said, do you feel like this is an overreach?
Well, we have to listen to the health experts. We have to wait and see what the full studies are telling us. We can't simply just take it on an initial face value of what the virus tells us from initial studies. We need to make sure we get this right because obviously the safety of our communities that keep small businesses strong, opening and rebuilding the economy, we need them to be healthy and spending money leading into Christmas. But it is certainly devastating for small businesses because just as we felt the momentum was starting, here we are again. Yeah,
okay. So you accept the decision by the government even though it's going to have a significant effect on business?
Absolutely, but we do need to keep that momentum going. But the other thing we want to call out on is making sure that small businesses know what to expect. So if we're going to be expected to put restrictions in place, don't just give us a few hours notice. We've been here in a way before. We know what to do to keep the community safe, but let us know what are the density limits? What are the mask wearing requirements? You know, at the end of those decisions is a small business owner who just needs to get on with running their business. We've done it before. We've kept our community safe. Tell us what to do and we'll do it again.
Do you fear that this may strengthen a state premier's argument to keep a border closed or go on to close them after opening them up?
Well, for nearly 2 years, COSBOA has been calling for a national standardised approach because that gives certainty and clarity to small business communities, especially those in border communities who really suffer when two different states make different decisions about what the restrictions are. And of course, everybody suffers when we don't have a free and flowing movement of workers between states as well. It also impacts everyone because it impacts logistics when you think about the movement of trucks or people across borders. We need to be unified and we need a national standardised approach to give small businesses, the biggest employer in this nation, certainty and clarity about what to expect in the next few weeks.
You're already seeing, and you have been seeing for the last couple of weeks now, Alexi, too, but particularly when you go to smaller businesses such as restaurants, you know, there's such few staff that things take a while. You know, I'm just going to single out restaurants and food here. It takes a while because there's just not enough staff. And now we're heading into the busy Christmas period. Customers will surely have to expect more of that, right?
They should expect more of it, absolutely, because of those supply chain issues and the worker shortages. But I think what we're seeing from our communities is that they're being patient, they're being kind to small business owners who have absolutely been through the treadmill for the last few months. They're exhausted. And what we're hearing is that, you know, we're seeing the hours of opening shortening because of those worker shortages. We're seeing less staff available. So we're just asking our community to keep supporting small businesses locally and make sure that you keep being patient with them and understanding that they've been through a really rough time, as we all have as a whole community. We just need to see everything return to normal as soon as possible, but we need to be patient and listen to the experts.
I agree. All good points you make there. Alexi Boyd, appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.